What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to jump in and take a look at all of the weapons available in the first faction rally of Season 3 in Destiny 2. So I want to talk about which weapons are actually the best. We'll take a look at the winning weapons, the featured weapons for the first rally. I'll break down which ones I think are going to be worth going after. On top of this, I also wanted to speak about the likelihood that we're going to see some new hidden faction weapons in future events. I'll speak about that in a moment. And let's also speculate a little bit as to who might win this first rally given the changes that Bungie have made to this event, so let's jump straight into it. Before we take a look at the currently available weapons, the way that Bungie have done this is that they've put 3 weapons into each faction for this first event. Of course, one for each faction will be the featured weapon, so only one of them will ultimately become available when we know which faction has won. And then there are 2 other additional weapons inside of each faction. And so what this means is that almost certainly Bungie have hidden other weapons away that we can't currently see, and these will be the featured weapons for upcoming rallies because we know there are 3 rallies. So of course the loot that we're seeing right now is not enough to fill out those 3 events. So just bear in mind there will be other featured weapons in the future, and we won't get those revealed until immediately before the upcoming faction rallies, which is pretty cool. But let's talk about the featured weapons for the June faction rally. FWC has a sidearm, Dead Orbit has the shotgun, and New Monarchy has their rocket launcher. We'll start with the Vision sidearm. Personally, I think this is going to be pretty good. We've got Omolon adaptive frame, so it's a 3-round burst Omolon sidearm in the same archetype as Last Hope and all of those kind of things, so it's going to be very good. We've got target, short spec, and farpoint SAS. The middle column sees accurized rounds for increased range. We've got appended mag for increased magazine size, and finally kill clip. Reloading after a kill grants increased damage. So on the whole, this is going to be a pretty good roll of this weapon. The first sidearm like this that has kill clip. You also have very good middle column bonuses as well. We'll speak more about it in just a second. But Dead Orbit will have the shotgun, the Basilisk. This is a rapid fire frame shotgun. It has smoothbore, rifle barrel, and fluted barrel. The middle column has extended mag. We've also got accurized rounds. This is going to increase range once again. And then we've got auto-loading holster. The holstered weapon is automatically reloaded after a short period of time. The final weapon would be the broadsword launcher from New Monarchy. This is adaptive frame, counter mass, volatile launch, and smart drift control. Middle column has implosion rounds. We've also got high velocity rounds, and then once again, auto-loading holster. So to quickly speak about these weapons, auto-loading holster is not the most exciting bonus. It's not necessarily even the most useful bonus in a lot of situations. The problem that broadsword launcher will have is that we simply have too many other good rocket launchers in the game. We've got cluster bomb rockets. We've got pretty much enough to fill out everything we currently really need as far as legendary rocket launchers go, so it's kind of unlucky broadsword launcher. It's a somewhat similar situation with the Basilisk. It's not necessarily going to be a terrible shotgun. It doesn't have terrible stats for a rapid fire frame shotgun. Middle column bonuses are relatively strong on the weapon, but then it's let down by that final bonus, auto-loading holster. There's going to be very little reason really to use this over things like Hawthorne's Field Forge shotgun, even Perfect Paradox and things like that. And so we have the Vision. Once again, like I said, very good archetype of sidearm, very strong in PvP and PvE content. Of course, it's not a heavy weapon, so it's in your primary slots. I say primary slots, it is an energy weapon, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Because of how good this archetype is in all kinds of content and the bonuses on this weapon, in my opinion, this is without a doubt the best featured weapon for the June faction rally. So that would be my opinion on the featured weapons, guys. Of course, featured weapons aren't the only thing that people will be going after this time. Now though, let's talk about some of the weapons that you can get at different levels from the factions. So for the rank 10 weapon from New Monarchy, this will be the first weapon that you can actually obtain. We have the Beidenhander. This is a new Hake SMG. It's a precision frame SMG, 600 rounds per minute, so very similar to the anti-OP. Comes with SC hollow sights, SD thermal. The middle column has extended mag. We also have high caliber rounds, and then we've got Ambitious Assassin. Overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. So this archetype is actually pretty good in PvE content. Obviously anti-OP itself is very solid, also has kill clip, which is a fantastic bonus. But I feel like having extended magazine as well as high caliber rounds and Ambitious Assassin actually makes this a pretty interesting one for PvE content. If you enjoy these 600 rate of fire SMGs in PvE, and this is absolutely going to be one to try out. Also with it only being rank 10, it's going to be pretty quick to actually obtain this. New Monarchy also has the Jian 7 rifle. This is a legendary pulse rifle, 390 round per minute adaptive frame, SRO-41, SLO-10 post, and SRO-52 ocular sights. The middle column has ricochet rounds, increased stability and range. Then we've got appended mag, increases magazine size, and finally Zen moment, causing damage with the weapon increases its stability. I'm not personally super excited about this one. 390 round per minute pulse, not necessarily the best archetype. I mean, there are a few pulse rifles I use quite a bit in this class, but I feel like Inaugural Address, even things like the Marine, the new Crucible pulse rifle, or indeed some of the other Soros pulse rifles in this archetype are frankly more interesting. Also, it's worth me mentioning that the Jian 7 is the rank 30 weapon that you can pick up, and that concludes the new Monarchy legendaries. From FWC though, we have the Magnum Shepherd, another 390 round per minute pulse rifle. I feel like 90% of the pulse rifles we've had from faction rallies have been in this class, but it has ranged lens. We've got red dot 2 MOA, middle column has extended mag, we've got alloy magazine, and then high impact reserves. Rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. So kind of interesting, this class of pulse with high impact reserves. The middle column bonuses aren't bad either, but still I don't feel like a lot of folks have many reasons to get super excited about this one. Then we have Pit Launcher from FWC. It's an aggressive frame rocket launcher with hard launch, countermass, and quick launch. Middle column has high explosive ordnance, and then we've got high velocity rounds. Finally though, we have snapshot sights. It's a legendary launcher. It has the legendary launcher problem. Pretty much unless it's a cluster bomb explosive round launcher these days, most people just aren't that interested in it. For me personally, the Pit Launcher just isn't going to be one to get excited about. Now we're on to Dead Orbit though. We have the Agamid hand cannon. So this is aggressive frame, 110 rounds per minute. It is the high impact class. We've got steady hand, crossfire, and hitmark HCS. The middle column has alloy magazine. We've also got armor-piercing rounds, and then we have Rampage. Kills with the weapon temporarily grant increased damage, stacking up to 3 times. So pretty interesting, because of course this is the high-impact class of hand cannon. And in PvP, I don't know, with maybe 2 or 3 stacks of Rampage, I'm assuming you'll be able to 2-tap with this hand cannon. I feel like its PvP potential is going to be one of the primary reasons to actually use this weapon. This archetype isn't the best in PvE content. A lot of the times you'll find that the other faster-firing hand cannons can also 1-tap most of the adds and enemies that you're going to be fighting. And so really this just kind of limits your output quite a bit. So maybe it could be alright in PvP. It certainly isn't going to be, you know, the meta or anything though. We also have the Aniela. This is the sniper rifle that you can get at rank 10. Rapid fire frame. It comes with zoom 30 focus and zoom 10 point. These zooms aren't too bad. Middle column has accurized rounds for increased range. We've also got flared magwell, nice and fast reloads, and then we've got opening shot, improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. And so not necessarily a bad weapon. I don't personally get excited about rapid fire frame snipers all that much. This is also one that's kind of come at a funny time, because now we have those higher DPS snipers. We've got Darcy. We've even got the escalation protocol sniper filling out the legendary slot in this same archetype as well. And then we have Alone as a God. We have the Silicon Neuroma, the more kind of potential PvP focus snipers. So with fixed rolls and the perks that we've got on this one, again, I don't feel like there's that many people that are going to be super excited about this weapon. That's just my opinion though. You'll have to let me know what you think below, guys. As I've said before, the faction rally weapons continue to highlight the issue with most legendary weapons in Destiny 2, but it feels like an almost pointless conversation at this point while we wait to see what Bungie are doing to kind of rework the perks and the systems for weapons in the game, because obviously that is literally only a couple of months away really. There are of course other items though that we can get from the faction rallies, and these are certainly going to influence who may win this time around. So for rank 50 in each of the factions, there will be an exotic ornament and a catalyst. So from Dead Orbit, we have the Graviton Lance catalyst, and we also have the Gaze Beyond Worlds. So once you reach rank 50, these will become obtainable. Also over at FWC, we've got the Sunshot catalyst and the Predestination ornament for the Knucklehead radar. And finally for New Monarchy, we've got the Sweet Business catalyst, and then the Blazing Hearth, the ornament for the Crest of Alpha Lupi. And so, to be honest, I feel like these are going to be some of the primary reasons people select their factions. I think it's maybe going to be a bit more of a difficult decision for some folks, you know, because you may really want the Graviton Lance catalyst, for example, but have no interest in any Dead Orbit weapons or armor. So it feels like Bungie are kind of trying to tear players into different directions with this. There's a lot of speculation that Dead Orbit are likely to win because of that Graviton Lance catalyst. Honestly, I feel like Dead Orbit's weapons are super not exciting. The featured weapon is okay, but it's certainly not the best this time around. So do you guys think Graviton Lance, the catalyst, is going to be enough to get people to grind to rank 50 in Dead Orbit? Do you think that's enough to give Dead Orbit a chance of the win this time around? Let me know down below. I certainly think it's possible. For me personally, FWC have the best featured weapon. They have an okay legendary pulse rifle. They also have the Sunshot catalyst, and I feel like that is one that people may go for as well. New Monarchy's featured weapon this time around is really poopy in my opinion. The new SMG does look okay though, and I feel like a lot of people are still going to go for that New Monarchy aesthetic as far as ornaments go. But of course, New Monarchy have the sweet business catalyst, which reduces the flinch when the weapon's fully spun up. Again, I don't feel like this one is as appealing as something like Graviton Lance right now. For me personally, if it was purely based on catalysts, I would go Graviton Lance, then I would go Sunshot and Sweet Business. I have a feeling Dead Orbit could get the win because of that catalyst, but at the same time, it's very difficult to predict because, you know, the mixture of featured weapons, the aesthetics of the armor, and then the catalysts is definitely going to pull players in different directions. So what do you guys think? I'd love to see in the comment section you guys letting us know who you think is going to win this faction rally. Which one are you going to grind for? Are you going to try and grind for rank 50 this time around? Anyway guys, that is going to summarize the video. If you have enjoyed it, a like is very much appreciated below. Like I said, let me know your thoughts. If you're new to the channel though and you want to see more Destiny 2 content going forward, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out my sponsor Into the AM for some awesome clothing, hoodies, hats, shirts, and a bunch of other stuff in their store. You can save 10% with code Houndish. The link for that will be below. But for now, I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I will catch you very soon.